I'm Jennifer Box, and this is a little bit about me. Well, I am originally from Irving, Texas. I was born February 13th, 1980. I love to sing, and I'm also an aspiring film producer. And I made this little collage of things. This wall right here represents my self-discovery and my dreams. I was first diagnosed with Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome when I was 26 years old. And what happened is I lost my period for 5 months, and I started getting acne and breakouts on my body. So we thought that it was my family thought it was a depression thing, so they took me to the mental hospital, and they diagnosed me with bipolar disorder. So they put me on all these drugs that were just making me even 10 times worse, and they didn't know what to do with me. So I spent a good year or two being depressed and gaining weight, and I was eating perfectly healthy. So you know, I finally found a doctor. I got enough money to get to see a specialist, a gynecologist, and he did some blood tests on me and told me that I had PCOS. When I was diagnosed, he told me what I needed to do was to diet and exercise was my first step, and I was put on 2 drugs called metformin and Yasmin to help with my body. The metformin helped, but it was excruciating because it tore up my stomach, and the Yasmin caused me to get a blood clot. So I stopped taking the metformin. I tolerate, I still take that, but I stopped taking the Yas. Some of the things I do to cope with PCOS are probably not the norm for most people. As far as the hair, I shave my eyebrows and I wax them myself, and my upper lip, because I realized with the recession I was spending over $60 to $80 to get waxed. And there's certain antidepressants that for a woman's body that they can take, and I don't think that some doctors realize that when it comes to PCOS, because some of the mood stabilizers, if a girl does have bipolar disorder, can actually increase the cysts in the ovaries, increase the testosterone in them, and make them worse. So that has been my problem. I was diagnosed with bipolar. I'm still confused about whether I am or not, but you know, how am I going to lose weight if I keep having to take drugs that are going to cause me to mess with the hormones in my body and elevate my blood sugar and cause me to gain weight? Doesn't make sense, right? And the reason why I'm doing this is because for all the women out there that have PCOS and don't know where to go or what to do, I want them to be able to find the help that they need so they don't get misdiagnosed and, you know, something might happen to them like it happened to me. One thing has to do with diet and exercise, and doctors are going to tell you that that's the most important thing, and yes, it is, but you really got to pay attention to what you eat. And the exercise thing, out of the 50 pounds I gained, I've lost 20 pounds within the past 4 years, which was very challenging for me. And you know, I still have problems with the weight, and I think that's the biggest problem, is the depression and the weight gain and the mood swings, you know, and people thinking that you're crazy when you're not. You know, it's just your hormones. advice for girls that have symptoms of PCOS, I recommend that you go to your doctor and tell them the symptoms that you're having. You miss periods, the weight gain, mood swings, depression, just gaining a lot of extra weight in your midsection is where you tend to carry most of your weight, and that you're tired all the time is what I would mention to the doctor, a healthcare professional. I think with this disease, because it has so many symptoms, that a lot of doctors have misdiagnosed it for, say, diabetes, and a big one is bipolar disorder. It seems to be the big one because of the mood swings, depression, and bipolar disorder. And I really do believe as a woman that we as women need to take our health into our own hands. And with the PCOS, I don't think a doctor should just say, oh, you're depressed, you're bipolar, let me drug you. If you have that instinct that you feel there's something else that's not right, then you need to get down to the bottom of it and find out. Because this is your life, this is your future, and that's what happened to me. That was the feeling that was happening to me. And I was being told I was a hypochondriac and that I was crazy, and nobody would believe me. But look at me now. After finally 4 years, I'm getting the word out, and I just hope that the medical community will educate themselves, or just get some sort of knowledge of PCOS, especially women, to check their hormones before diagnosing them with bipolar or depression or some other mental issue. In my life, I've had a lot of setbacks. My parents both died in 2007 of cancer, and what hurt most was my mom dying because she died of cancer due to her her uterus problems that she was having, and she had it for a long time. And this is her right here when she was younger. Her name is Vicki Virginia Box, and that's her when she was younger. And the research I did on Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome is for women that were born in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. They didn't get the opportunity to have the education that we do now. And my mom had all those problems, the diabetes, problems with her uterus. She had cancer twice on her ovaries, her cervix. And she was 49 years old when she died. And if she had the education then of being able to take care of herself and know about her body, then I think that she would still be alive. I'm Jennifer Box, and this is me, and this is in memory of my mother.